Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Jamie and Marcus here.
Welcome to Test of Thyme.
Love, passion, and hustle in the restaurant business.
Yeah, our love, passion, and hustle.
Yes.
20 years. We're in 20 years in our restaurant.
We are.
And we've seen a lot, done a lot, experienced a lot, and want to share a lot. So, we just got back from our first real family vacation, even though we travel an insane amount. Because we have lots of travel obligations.
We haven't family vacation in a while. So you can't really say it's our first.
No, you're right. You're right.
Because that doesn't really, we take family vacations. We've gone away 2 or 3 days here and there.
We have.
But this was a vacation that we went, sat on a beach, relaxed, enjoyed our grandson, enjoyed our daughter and her son-in-law, boyfriend, and just relaxed. I mean, we did do work in the morning. There were some mornings that we did work, and we were always connected, right? Yes. So we were always connected. But it was just nice to just sit there and relax and just breathe in the ocean air and listen to the sound of the waves. I mean, that to me is one of the most relaxing things, is just to sit by the beach. I won't say that I actually rested like what I would have probably liked to have done. I had our grandson a lot and I love helping with that. But it was relaxing.
Yeah.
It was nice and relaxing, but I think we learned a lot while we were away.
We learned a lot. So
I think,
there's a couple different ways we can go with this episode. I want to give hope to restaurateurs that they can travel.
Yes.
That they can travel. And I think we should do a show on the productivity of downtime, because we were very productive.
We were.
Lots and lots of brainstorming and lots of clear thoughts, and it was amazing. But let's share our experience about how we have forced ourselves to travel. Because a lot of restaurateurs say, I can't go, I can't do that. Other restaurateurs look at us and they're like, you guys are so lucky. You guys are living the dream. You're traveling all the time and it's amazing. And I wish I could do that in my restaurant. And I'm like, but you can. You have to set up systems. Yep.
And you have to set up good staff, good systems, how to handle things, every day.
Right. There's a whole lot.
And give a lot of trust. I think trust is a big thing for us.
Can we talk about the very first step in doing travel? If you own a restaurant, the very first thing.
Well, that's what you think is the first thing. What's the very first thing?
Committing to travel.
Right. Of course.
You have to commit to travel. But
you have to commit to taking time off. Whether it's traveling, time off with your family, staying home, doing things around your house, spending time away from your business.
Let's talk how we first committed back in 2008.
Yes.
To traveling.
Because we thought we couldn't do it.
We thought we couldn't do it.
Yes.
The dogs are wrestling in the background. If you hear any growling like a bear, it's just the two dogs.
They're playing with each other.
There's no bear in here.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So let's talk about how we forced ourselves to travel in 2008.
Yes.
We went to a meeting in Boston, a restaurant.
Slept in the car because we couldn't get a hotel room.
Yeah, and there's things we couldn't afford one.
Right. Hotel rooms were really, really expensive that weekend. It was really busy. There was something going on. Medical something.
Yeah.
And so we showed up at the hotel. We brushed our teeth in the lobby bathroom. And we fixed ourselves up and we walked into this room and we were like, we've got to do something to get our business back up and going and get it to the next level. And we walked in with all these restaurateurs that were talking so positively about their business. And we were just like, right.
But they felt our pain.
They felt our pain because they had been in that position when they joined this mastermind group. So, we sat there, we listened, we ended up joining. We couldn't afford it. We traveled 3 times.
Juggled it on
credit cards just to pay it. We had to travel 3 times a year to get the benefits of the platinum group,
right?
Where we'd lock ourselves in a hotel room, not a hotel room, a conference room for 2 days and just talk and mastermind and grow and learn. And we were all there for the same reason, to help each other, and to help each other grow and become a
Right.
better restaurant operator.
So we thought we couldn't. We had traveled before. We had traveled the year before to take our kids to Puerto Rico on a semi-vacation, one of those last-minute deals, all those one of those things. We've done that a couple of times, and nothing major. And we're like, now we have to travel 3 times a year. We have to go to Chicago, St. Louis, LA, Vegas, San Diego. We have all these destinations that are on this map with this group. And we're like, we're going to be traveling like once in the summer in peak season, in the fall and in the spring. And we're like, well, how are we going to do this? But what we did first was we committed and we paid.
We did.
If you commit to something, you will do it.
And you're going to figure out a way to get there.
You figure out a way
And
to
I
do
got
it.
to tell you, there were many times that we planned. I mean, we joined this group. How many years were we part of the group?
11 years.
11 years. And there were times where we left the restaurant and we didn't have staff.
Yeah.
And somebody called out, or somebody got sick, or somebody quit. And it happened a few times where we were like the night before, well, you go and I'll meet you, or let's just go and close the restaurant, or they're going to figure it out. And we had to tell ourselves that we were just going to figure it out. And there were times where our dishwasher was like, you guys go and I'll help. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll turn tables away if we have to. We'll, at least we're going to be open, and at least, we're going to do the best job that we can. And we always gave our staff the ability to figure it out.
Yes. We trusted them.
And we trusted them.
We trusted them. That was the second step to this, is you have to trust.
So first you have to make the plan to do it.
You have to commit.
And
you have to have some skin in the game. So we were paying $1,000 a month to be a member.
Yeah.
And if we weren't going to travel to the meeting, we weren't going to get what we needed to get out of the meeting. Now we always scheduled leisure days. So if the conference was 2 days, we always went for 4 days, right?
If we could. Sometimes we had catering things. We had to be back.
But we always wanted to enjoy Chicago for an extra day, or St. Louis for an extra day, or wherever we were going, Orlando for an extra day, Miami for an extra day. We always wanted to enjoy the extra days there. Nashville, we went to a couple times. And so we literally, in an 11-year span, went to 33 different cities across the country.
We didn't miss one meeting, did we?
We didn't miss one meeting.
Not one meeting.
Not one meeting did we miss.
Yeah.
So we went to 33 meetings.
Yeah.
Went to 33 different cities, and the experience of just traveling to those cities will last a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Right. Some cities better than others.
It made us want to travel and experience more and more and more.
So people say to us, oh, you ever been to, Seattle? You ever been to Portland? You ever been to San Francisco? You ever been to LA? And we're like, yeah, we've been there. They're like, wow, you guys are like very well traveled.
Yeah.
so now we just made another commitment to travel. Now, so let's put this a little bit of history again. We've learned to travel from that group. So then we started traveling to wineries. And that's when our real travel bug began. We started going to Italy a lot, to Spain. We started traveling to California, to Napa. We started doing these our own wine tours with ourselves to visit wineries that we buy from, which then led into a whole nother business.
To building relationships, right? We were building relationships. And we learned a lot of that from our mastermind groups, right? So everything kind of built upon each other, and it kind of was a tiered level, which brought us to where we are today.
So we started a travel business. Yeah. So now we do winery tours all over Italy, Spain.
We take people with us.
But that we travel. I mean, you see us traveling, we're on the road bringing people. So it's work. It's work. Or we travel a lot
because we enjoy it.
And I speak at a lot of conferences. So we travel for conference speak, and we always schedule leisure and this and that. So most of our travel that we do has some kind of business wrapped up into it. Yes. The trip we just took
was all pleasure. And we actually ended up, I think you were going to talk about, forcing ourselves once again to travel with our family more often.
Yes.
And we joined a travel club. And it is going to force us to go away at least once a year with our family, with our children, with their families, our grandson, with their families, with friends. And we've told so many people about, like, when are we going? So
we basically bought into 100 weeks of travel
Yes.
throughout the world through this package.
Yes.
And you had to pay dearly for it, but that's the skin in the game.
So now we're
Now,
going to
we're
force
going.
ourselves to go every single year, once, twice, 3 times a year, somewhere, even if it's just for a few days, just to get away for a few days. So.
Yeah, exactly. And we're really excited about that.
But when you're right, when you put the skin in the game, when you put money on the line, you're going to force yourself to do things and you're going to figure it out. And I think that's really important for other businesses, other restaurateurs who don't think that they can get out of their own way, get out of their business and go and do these things. But, life, we say life is short, right? You hear that all the time, but life is what you make it. And life is about doing things that you enjoy and that you want to do because you have to do it.
Yeah.
So
good. Yeah. So force yourself to travel.
Absolutely.
Now there's a lot of things you have to do once you start traveling or begin to start traveling if you're not ready to leave your restaurant, because your restaurant is your baby. And you hopefully can go over to restaurantgrowthsecretsuniversity.com. There's a lot of cool stuff over there.
A lot of tips over there, a lot of videos.
And the main thing is training your staff, which we have to cover. Go to that website, check out the demo that we've created on training your staff.
Yes.
And it's a really, really, really good program.
Yes.
So the boys are restless.
They're very excited today for some reason.
So
excellent. Have a great day.
Everybody, and enjoy.
Thanks for watching Test the Time.